Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Diane here. It's finally stopped raining, so I'm going to take the opportunity to speak to you without the accompaniment of downpours. Sorry if you're not getting any rain, but we're getting it all. Want to wish you a happy new year. If you're watching this on the day it comes out, it will be the 1st of January 2024. And to thank you all for your wonderful support over the last year. And to say I'm looking forward to 2024 being a great year full of interesting things. And so without further ado, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and start this video, which is going to be full of all sorts of odds and ends. Starting with, well, this is some snowdrops, which I painted. Here's another one. And in this little sketchbook here, which is entitled Winter 2023, wouldn't it be nice if winter was over? I've done a couple of sketches of things that I'm going to do tutorials on, hopefully, in the next month or so. So we've got some snowdrops and some pansies, little tiny pansies, which are quite cute, and some daisies. I was trying to think of all the flowers that are actually in bloom at this time of year. There aren't that many, and this is winter aconites. So I think we'll have a look at those in the next few days and try and paint some of those. This is my idea of a sketchbook. It's what I call a sketchbook. That is to say, it has sketches in it. There's a thought. Rather than an art journal. Oh, for the, we're going to mourn the loss of the English language once it's completely disappeared. We will, because there are so many words in it that most people don't bother to use anymore, aren't there? I know you and I are not like that, but lots of people are. Anyway, let's get on with this. I was given, because I asked for it, as well as a set of knives that I wouldn't use, didn't want, had last year, had again this year. You know the story, you've seen the video. I'm watching videos with Cary Grant in at the moment because I can't watch modern stuff. So I'm finding that loads of people are putting loads of stuff up on YouTube, which is very old, as old as me, older often. And I haven't seen these films before, so I love Cary Grant. I think he's really cool. He's lovely. He's beautiful. He's got such a nice smile. Anyone else out there like or used to like Cary Grant? He's English, Did you know that? Anyway, I've got this jar of Aqua bronze, which is by Schminker. It's pure gold, and wish it was. We're going to use some of that today to paint some fireworks, or to do part of this painting of fireworks. I thought I'd just show you how I mixed it up when I opened it. My husband gave it to me. He doesn't know what he's doing. I've just got a little tiny palette knife here, and I'm going to put a very small amount. That's probably about 5 times as much as I need. In one of these palettes, this is a MEEDEN palette. It has tiny little wells, which is absolutely perfect for mixing up this paint. And then I'm going to take a very small paintbrush, like this one, or a detail brush if you have such a thing, and then just wet the brush and add the water, just a tiny amount. You don't need much water. Just give it a good stir around like that until the water absorbs the powder, and you'll get liquid gold. And I'm going to use this to start off my New Year 2024 fireworks, which is the first painting in the new challenge, daily challenge for members, people who belong to Patreon, people who belong to our YouTube membership, and are therefore also allowed, you are permitted to join the Diane Antone Studio private members group on Facebook, where you can share what you paint. Okay, so now we have some gold paint. It doesn't look like much, but I think it's enough. And I might just add a little bit more water. And then I'm going to spatter gold stars on this piece of black paper. This is my starting point for the fireworks. Because, you know, we all have, what do we call it? FOBS, FOBS, which stands for fear of a blank sheet. Well, you won't be afraid of it once you've messed it up by spattering it with gold. There we go. And so now, having done that, we can put in place some sort of blobs, which will be like the centers of the fireworks. So we'll just work with what we've got, and where we've got these groups, we'll put some spirals, let's say, and we can put some circles. And when we do the fine work, we're going to do it with pen. I've got my Uniball gold pen, silver pen, bronze pens comes in a set, also got white. And my idea here was that we would just have fun filling the sheet with all sorts of fireworky kind of motifs. So let's put one up here further in the distance. We can get a sense of scale. We're having some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Okay, I'm just going to sit down because you can't do this all on your feet, can you? So I'm going to add a little bit more water to that. It seems to go on forever. And I'm not sure what this kind of paint would do to a brush. So I'm using a brush that's not particularly special at the moment. Just to put in, this is the idea of this. I'm kind of developing this as I'm going along, I have to say. And I might need to mix up some more. It's possible. But I'm going to now try to paint in some fireworks. I'm looking at, for my inspiration here, at drawings of fireworks. Because I don't know, I don't remember the last time I saw fireworks, actually. A long time ago. And we're certainly not going to have any here tonight. It's absolutely tipping it down with rain. And there's huge wind. 85 kilometers an hour, 50-mile-an-hour winds. I do know, though, that because of gravity, at the top they bend over more. Not gravity, perspective, really. Here we go. The rain is back. I'm going to mix up a little bit more of this. I think this is one to make sure you keep the lid on. You wouldn't really want to knock that over. And some people probably would think this is not very convenient, and that, you know, the ready mixed golds and so on are more handy, and they possibly are. But it does give you a very nice, intense gold. My idea here was just to show you this particular product. And I'm exploring it too. I'm not quite sure whether this is the best brush to use or what. But so I think here I'm going to do some sort of flicky things going in like that into the middle. And we could have, what else could we have? We can have something like this. And all the details we'll put in with the pen because it'll be a lot easier. But I just wanted to get a few biggish ones in using the brush. Let me see, we could do more lines like this. Very simple. That's it. I hope you do decide to do the challenge. I think it's always a good idea to have something to keep you going so that you do something quick every day. I think that's the thing, even if it's only a 10-minute painting. So that's what we're sort of concentrating on. I think 15 minutes is a realistic kind of amount of time. So let me see, is this dry? Is it dry enough? I think it probably is. I'm going to write 2024 down here. But I think I'll do that. Shall I do that now or shall I do that later? Let's do it now. I'll just do it in outline there to start with. And then I'm going to take, I think I'll take the silver and I'm going to do some stars. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to do some spirals because we like spirals. Just tucked in amongst everywhere. And then let's do some small stars like this. We just want lots of light. Do the 5-pointed star like that, it's easy. And as you get going, you'll sort of start to get kind of more, you know. Let's put a star at the end of these ones, starbursts. Relax into it once you get started. These little stars really make a big difference to the whole sort of fireworky kind, to my mind anyway, they do. Adding these adds everything, really, I think. Starbursts. And you can just elaborate them as you go along. You can put circles. Whatever comes to mind, really. And up here we can have sort of more stuff coming out, make it more full. Let's have some big ones up here. Shall I put some bronze, maybe? Let's see, what shall we do here? Oh, is that working? That pen seems to have died. Oh, that's a bit strange. I've hardly used that one. Well, we give up on that. Let me see. Shall we have some white? Let's put some some white in these circles. I'm looking forward to doing the spring flowers and things. I hope things are going to start to actually come up in the garden soon, if they can be brave enough. Trouble is, January often gets colder than December here. I think it's like Canada, you know. I think it always used to catch me out in Canada. I used to think, oh, we've got all the way through December and there hasn't been any snow here in Calgary. And then in January it started. So that was always a bit of a fun thing. Okay, let's do a big star here. Let's do a 5-pointed star like that. And then let's do kind of starbursts coming out of it like that. And maybe a circle in the middle. And what else? What else can we do? Well, lots more of these, I suppose. It's very good for the hand-eye coordination, these little stars. If they start to go wrong, then they start to go wrong. But you have to remember up, across, and back. Okay, so let's make this fatter. If I had a big fat pen, which I do, but I've put all my pens over the other side of the room for some strange reason, so I can't reach them now. Actually, the reason being that my desk was too full, there wasn't enough space to work, I need a bigger desk. I can't have a bigger desk because the room isn't big enough to have a bigger desk in, because we use it for so many things, namely 2 cats, 2 dogs, and all the editing and everything else is all done in here. Everything's done in this room. Yes. I was watching somebody's video the other day, somebody who is a YouTuber of some repute, that is to say an art YouTuber, and they'd done a face-to-camera thing, and they had used artificial intelligence screen makeup to enhance their appearance. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know about that. I'm going to express an opinion which probably people won't agree with. You don't know who you're looking at anymore because people can pretend to be 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years younger, and you don't know. You can't tell. You really can't tell. And I don't think that's right. Do you? I think that's actually quite important. And I feel I'm being cheated if I can't tell what someone looks like. Can't believe what you see anymore. I mean, there always was a chance of hiding what you look like by using ordinary makeup, but now you can completely transform your appearance. And that's not very good I don't think that's very good for the brain, for the person concerned. I don't think that's very good, because you could forget what you actually look like. If you pretend like that, you could. You could definitely forget that you were 60 or 70 and think that you were 30, and then you could go out dancing and die of a heart attack because you thought that you were younger than you were. This is another gold set. This is the Fine Tech Coliro set, which is quite good and a reasonable price. If you haven't already got a set of gold, you might think about this one. It needs a little bit of activating, but it's not much different from the gold powder. I think it might be a little less intense and a bit more painty. I just thought I would try that and see what that looks like on this black paper. I always get to this point in the video and I think, oh my goodness, have I turned it on? And I have to check to make sure that I'm actually recording my words of wisdom. So, yeah, I thought I would see how this works, just intensifying the ends of these bursts, which are highly stylized, I think I would say. They're not exactly what I would call an accurate, but then what is? Somebody kindly somebody made a comment about my presentations in Jenna Rainey's recommended videos, recommended YouTubers, recommended artists. I'll get it right in a minute. in which I was not included this year. I was included last year, I think. But she's got all sorts of... I don't know what she sees in Paul Clark, I have to say. I know him. He comes from the place where I was born, or where I lived for a long time. And I should think he would be blushing all the way to Christmas next year if he knew how she felt about him. He's a grandfather. Come on, Jenna. Oh, well, age counts for nothing. I've said that now. Because you can pretend what you look like. You don't have to look real. Anyway, what am I rambling on about? I expect Tamsin will cut this bit out. No, I wasn't mentioned, but somebody did in a comment say that they liked my channel and said I was whimsical. And I think that's a nice thing to say. I think I'm whimsical too. I think I'm slightly mad. Like my friend online here, Annie, who lives in the West Country of England, who is hilarious and reminds me of me. And she's funnier than me, much funnier than me. She would make a good YouTuber. But she reminds me of people I used to know, which is nice. I like that. I like the way that's worked out. What do you think? I'm going to fill these ones in, and then I think I'm going to do another one because I like that. Hang on a sec. Where should we put it? We'll put it... I haven't really left myself very much space. I think I'll put it here. A nice big golden star. Doesn't matter if it's not completely even all the way around. Deep and crisp and even. And we put the doodah in the middle and then fill it in. There are so many channels like ours, so many, and she mentioned about a dozen, I think, and you've probably seen all of them, and everyone finds the ones that they like and they stick with them a bit or they don't, or whatever. I know all those channels. Nothing new to me. Yeah, not enough English people out there. Come on, guys. We don't watch enough YouTube in England. I'm not in England, I'm in France, but I am from England. I heartily recommend to anyone who's living in England and getting frustrated, come and live in France. You can get some bargains out here. Houses are cheap, land is cheap. If you've always wanted space to put a horse, it's easy to get land here. It's very inexpensive in Brittany. I'm going to put lots of little dots here. We don't do anything at New Year. What do you all do? I don't know what people do these days, especially since, you know, you don't want to go and stand on a street corner here in the rain and wait for New Year. That's definitely not... We don't do that kind of thing. We used to go to pubs. We used to go to dances. We used to go to New Year's parties, didn't we? But I don't do any of that anymore because I don't drink. Can't drink. Wouldn't anyway. Makes me sound like a right old Grinch, doesn't it? I'm not. I'm quite a happy person, really, most of the time, considering. You don't get to be 70 every year, do you? It's quite a miracle that I've made it this far, if you ask me. All my near-death experiences. Okay, I think I've probably rambled on enough. You can turn off now. Don't forget, become a member, either of YouTube here in the membership tab. Just click on members and you'll find the information that you need. Or join Patreon. We do have perks for you, and there will be more perks coming in the new year. For those of you who are already members, you'll be getting more perks of various different things. I don't know what they are because that's what Tamsin does. She organises all of that. And put a bit more silver on, I think. Quite like these spirals with the this here. It's my invention. I did that. The stars on the top like that. I'm not sure what's going to be offered by us in the new year yet. I've got a list. I've got a list of what I'm going to do somewhere. I don't know where it's gone. But I don't want to tell you something that doesn't actually materialize. That wouldn't be fair. So I'm not going to say we're going to do this or we're going to do that, but we will be doing some color mixing. That's for sure. And we will be doing lots of painting of flowers, using some of the more traditional paints as well as the Kuretake ones. I use the Kuretake ones a lot because they show up so well on camera, but I will be using others this year as well. So if you haven't got Kuretake, you don't need them to do the paintings I do. It's just that for me with the camera, it's quite handy because they show up really well. But you don't have to use them because all those same colours are available in every set that you've ever seen. Waterfall, wasn't it? What's it called? The waterfall? From the sky, waterfall. Isn't that one of the names of one of the fireworks? There we are then. I think that's enough. I've rambled enough. I will say Happy New Year, everybody, and we'll see you all again very soon. Wishing you all a happy and healthy 2024. So bye for now, everyone. Bye-bye.